All right. Floyd Mayweather Jr. says, or rumors say, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is coming out for an exhibition fight to get back in the ring. It's going to upset Manny Pacquiao, but I like it a lot. And let me tell you why in this video. I'm really happy I can make a pro Floyd Mayweather Jr. video. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Also, thanks to everybody that supports the channel in the Patreon, in the Venmo, in the Cash App, all that good stuff. You guys are really what makes the channel go. You see, I got this very awkward mic in my face now, trying to increase the sound quality. That came from the requests in the live stream to fix my mic. So anyway, man, now my mic sounds nice. At least I hope so. Let me know in the comment section. All right. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., Cash King, all-time Cash King of boxing. Yes, he is. Hell of a career, heck of a career. Man, can't say anything more about the guy as far as what he can do in the ring when he was at his peak. I think he's one of the best fighters that I've ever personally witnessed. Now, his career culminated, in my opinion, with the defeat of Manny Pacquiao back in, was that 2015? I think that was 2015, right? People have been waiting for a very long time. The fight wound up being with most people that were really honest with themselves when they looked at Manny Pacquiao and looked at Floyd Mayweather, knew it was going to be a one-sided victory for Floyd Mayweather Jr. One-sided victory for Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's just a better fighter. But now Manny Pacquiao continues to fight on. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has only had, I think he fought Andre Berto. And after that, he had two pretty much exhibition fights since then. One was a huge one, with Conor McGregor. And he beats Conor McGregor in a one-sided match where he carried him. And then he beats this kid out of Japan who he was paid, rumor had it, like $10 million to go and knock out in a round. Now there's talk of him doing this again. And this is why I'm thinking right now, man, that I kind of like this. And it has to do a lot with boxing, the history of boxing. There's a book called, it's a couple books called Boxiana. And another book was, God, man, I'm forgetting the name of the book right now. But pretty much it was about the black prize fighters from 1700 through 1800, right? Talked a lot about Tom Melanois, Sutton, Young Melanois, all these different fighters that were from the United States that went over to the UK and during the, this is bare knuckles at the time, and made a lot of money, but boxing was illegal. So what they would do is they would hold the only way to legally fight was to have exhibitions. And so say a fighter like Tom Melanois and Tom Cribb, even though I don't think that they did this, but I know Bill Richmond did this with several of his opponents. They would hold the fight out in, 50 miles away from London so that they, wouldn't get caught by the police. And then they would hold these exhibition matches where they would kind of walk through the fight. At least that's the way that it was described, to the way that I got it out of the descriptions in the books, that they would go through and walk through the paces of the fight and let the crowds of people see what it was about, without all of the blood, the guts, the actual, savage fight, the actual savagery that was going on in those bare knuckle fights. But that exhibition spread the name of pugilism, or it spread that out to people who weren't able to see the actual fights. And most importantly, it allowed for older fighters older fighters or fighters that couldn't get fights to earn a living in between the actual fights that were made. And fights during that time were not, they weren't done the same way now that they are now, where you have a promoter and all that. You had benefactors who would put up the purse that the people would fight over, right? And then they would sell tickets to the fight. And that was kind of the economy of the boxing, of pugilism at the time. But the exhibition, being able to do those exhibitions, was an extra source of income for the fighters themselves as they travel the country doing that. And sometimes they would go without fighting for a year, making good money doing those exhibitions. So when I see Floyd Mayweather Jr. doing exhibitions, my take on it originally was, man, he's really taking the attention away from the younger fighters that are fighting now. They're taking for example, we got an Errol Spence Jr. Sean Porter fight. We have Terence Crawford is a great welterweight. I think he's going to be fighting the Green Machine, Aegis Kalvanakis. I don't necessarily want to see that fight, but hey, man, see Terence Crawford. Hey, I'll watch Terence Crawford fight where I can see him right now. So I'll take what I can get from Terence Crawford. So my thing was, I would like everybody, because I'm a fan, as a fan of boxing, I want the sport of boxing to grow. I want there to be more boxing fans, more people that I can talk to about boxing on a regular basis. I don't want Floyd Mayweather Jr. continuing to hog the spotlight, right? And that tends to be what would happen when you have a guy that's that well known and whose name is that big in the sport of boxing with the casual fans. Right now, I'm not completely in love with the idea of doing things for casual fans to the exclusion of hardcore fans that are going to watch the sport all the time, right? But like this KSI thing, so like to me, I would rather have a Floyd Mayweather Jr. exhibition with somebody going on than I would some mockery of the sport of boxing with KSI and Paul Logan. Now KSI and Paul Logan, or Logan Paul, whatever his name is, they can do what they want to do. They can hold the event. They can, they can have their boxing match. They can put the gloves on. But when you start putting world-class boxers on the undercard for guys like that, it just as a matter of principle doesn't sit right with me. I think that, and that's where I'm saying, you're putting the interest of the casual not even casual boxing fans, because the people that would watch that fight aren't even casual boxing fans. They're just YouTube personality fans. They're just fans of a YouTube personality. They're not fans of the sport at all. But when you put that level of fighters underneath them, that just doesn't sit right with me. But Floyd Mayweather Jr. being an exhibition fight, or if it can make enough money, it will make money for him. That opens up, I do believe, the ability for other fighters that get to that level to be able to do the same thing. Ali did a lot of exhibitions in the 1970s. We were talking about that on OG Boxing Talk because I was struggling to remember who it was that Muhammad Ali, has that highlight reel of where he puts his hands on the ropes and he just avoids, a 10-punch combination. It winds up that's Michael Dokes, right? Now, that's the highlight that was compared to Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury did that against Tom Schwartz. Though, I would say, come on, man, that's Michael Dokes and Tom Schwartz. Those are two different things. But regardless, the fact that there was exhibitions with Ali versus Lyle Alzado that took place in L.A. Lyle Alzado was is a former, I think he was a lineman for the Oakland Raiders. He was a lineman or a linebacker, but I think he was a defensive end for the Oakland Raiders, who had done some amateur boxing, in the past. But so Ali did that. So I don't begrudge that to Floyd Mayweather Jr. I think it's definitely better that Floyd Mayweather Jr. does that than Floyd Mayweather is, just taking, holding a belt and fighting gonna fight subpar opposition in the professional ranks. Similar to what is being rumored to happen with Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. Manny Pacquiao is the WBA super welterweight champion, not super welterweight in 154 as in 154 pounds, but super as in the WBA super. And that is a designation. That's a belt called the WBA super champion, 147 pound champion, right? So differentiate those two. There's talk of him fighting Mikey Garcia. Why would you fight Mikey Garcia and not fight the guy that beat Mikey Garcia in Errol Spence Jr., right? So if Manny Pacquiao winds up fighting Mikey Garcia and losing, I mean, what does that prove? What does that do for the sport? What does that do as far as closure for, who the best heavyweight is? And even if welterweight is, and even if he wins, what does that prove? So long story short, I would rather have the exhibition for Floyd Mayweather Jr. happening over there. I can watch the replay on YouTube. He can make a good amount of money. He can set a precedent for fighters that retire, like Manny Pacquiao, or when Canelo Alvarez retires, or whoever, to have them go and fight nice, safe 3-round fights, 3-round exhibitions, and make some money. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Anyway, it is what it is, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.